Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our first chapter, that is nutrition in plants. Before going further, first of all we have to know about this word, that is nutrition. What they mean by nutrition? As we know that our body requires certain components such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, which is known as nutrients, for their proper growth and for other functions, and these all components, or we can say nutrients, are provided by the food. And the mode, or we can say the way of taking food by an organism is known as nutrition. So, in this chapter we are going to discuss about the mode or way which is used by plants for their nutrition. Okay? Since plants get their nutrition in different ways, upon which they were classified upon two categories. First is autotrophs and second is heterotrophs. First of all, we will discuss about this autotrophs, since if we are focused on this word, that is auto and trophs, here auto means self and trophs means to nourish. So the plants which make their own food, they are known as autotrophs. Plants that make their own food are known to be autotrophs. Okay, and further autotrophs are classified into two categories. First is your photoautotrophs. Second is your chemoautotrophs. In this photoautotrophs, we are very well aware about this word, that is the autotrophs. It means the organism or the plants which make their own food. Now, if we focus on this word, that is photo, it means light. So here if we want to define that what are photoautotrophs, so we can say the plants which use energy. Usually they use sunlight energy to make their food. For preparing their food, they were known as photoautotrophs. Example of these photoautotrophs are green plants. Green plants are known as photoautotrophs. Now, chemoautotrophs, again we know about this word autotrophs. If we focus on this word clearly, that's a chemo. It means chemical, or we can say chemical energy. So if we want to define chemoautotrophs, we can say that they use chemical energy to make their food. And examples of chemoautotrophs are bacteria. Bacteria, what the bacteria do? It normally convert nitrogen into nitrate. Okay, and so they use chemical energy in preparing their food. That's why they were known as chemoautotrophs. Since here photoautotrophs, which are also known as primary producers, because normally the human beings and the animals depend upon photoautotrophs, or we can see green plants, for their food. So that's why photoautotrophs are known as primary producers, or we can say simply producers. Okay, now come to our next, heterotrophs. Normally heterotrophs are the organisms, or we can say living organism. It includes plants as well as animals, which depends upon green plants for their food. Due to this, they were known as heterotrophs, and since the plants make their own food by themselves, hence they were known as autotrophs. And the nutrition which is used by the autotrophs are known as autotrophic mode of nutrition, and the mode of nutrition used by heterotrophs are known to be as heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay, so we normally divide the plants into two categories, autotrophs and heterotrophs. Okay, now we are going to discuss in detail about the process by which green plants make their food, that is your photosynthesis. Again, this word is a combination of two words. First is your photo, second word is your synthesis. Again, the word photo is related to the light, and synthesis word mean to combine, or we can say to form. So from this we can have an idea that what is photosynthesis. It is the process by which green plants make their food by using sunlight energy. Okay, normally for the process of photosynthesis, green plants require four important components. First is your sunlight energy, second is your water, third one is your carbon dioxide, fourth one is your chlorophyll. These components are required by the green plants while performing the photosynthesis process. Okay, sunlight. Sunlight mainly obtained from the surrounding by the plant, water from the soil, it mainly absorbed by the roots. Carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide present in our air, and it is taken with the help of tiny pores present on the leaf. That is, if I am drawing a rough diagram of leaf, this leaf contain number of tiny pores on it, okay, and these tiny pores help the leaf to exhale O2 and to take CO2 in. These tiny pores are known as stomata. So in simple language we can say that plant take carbon dioxide from air with the help of the stomata. What is stomata? It is the tiny pores present on the leaf. Now come the last one component, that is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is what? It is the green pigment. It is the green pigment present in plants. Normally, what is the function of chlorophyll? It normally capture sunlight energy. Which is required by the plant in preparing food from carbon dioxide and your water. Okay, for today that's all. In next class we are going to discuss about photosynthesis process in detail. So thank you.